Bonjour, Tansei, hello. My name is Robert Falcon Ouellette, and I'm running for Mayor of the City of Winnipeg. I thought I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. I was born and raised in Calgary, Alberta, to a single mother who was from England. My father is First Nations. My father is also a residential school survivor and, unfortunately, an alcoholic. My mother, though, did not have very much education, and it was very difficult for us as children. I remember times in my youth when I would go to school at age 9 and not have any breakfast, nor have any lunch, and I'd come home and there'd be no supper. And so what I'd have to do is I'd go and deliver some newspapers, community newspapers, in order to raise $5 to $10 at 2 cents a newspaper. And I would come home with this money, and then I would go to the 7-Eleven or the local Mac's in order to buy food like bread and milk in order to feed my younger brother and my sick mother because she had depression. Throughout my life, though, I always had that knowledge that my mother loved me, that my father cared for me. I always knew that they were there for me. But it was because I was able to look at their example and see what they had done wrong in their life that I was able to correct the mistakes of our family. Today, I believe I am a successful individual, a contributing member of our society that people can look to and say, this is a role model that we could follow. I have a PhD, 2 master's degrees. I also have a bachelor's degree in education, and on top of it all, I served for 18 years and continue to serve in the military. Now, when I remember throughout my life, there were moments when I was able to look to individuals, people who were able to inspire me. People like my elementary school teacher who at age in grade 5 told us he started out teaching in grade 12 and he was slowly working his way back. And he was working his way back because he said that when he was finding students were not well prepared. They had not had the proper planning or the proper instruction at a younger age. And so there he was, this Scottish teacher, Mr. Burt, telling us that we mattered and what we did today was going to have an impact on our future lives. When I was in grade 7, I was in a rather rough neighborhood, a rather rough school, and my grades were failing. I wasn't doing well. But my mother decided that she would change our direction, our course of our family's history. She would not accept simply that we would remain in poverty. And so she sent me to a private school. Much like St. John's Ravenscourt here in Winnipeg, it was called Strathcona and Tweedsmuir, where I had the opportunity to wear a uniform in classes. And because I had the opportunity to wear a uniform, the other students were not aware of how poor I really was, of the 1-bedroom apartment that 3 people were sharing, of the lack of food or the lack of food security. And because I feel in this campaign I can demonstrate that I have an understanding of different peoples, that I was not born with a silver spoon in my mouth, that I know what it means to be poor, what it means to be on welfare, and what it means to not have a roof over your head, and your parents explain to you that we're going camping, and only later on do you realize that's not true. I think I can relate to the various problems that are happening within our city. When you look across our city, there is this belief that we are still divided, but I believe we can come together. We can come together because I think if we have the proper leadership, we can actually build those bridges across communities. And whether you're in St. James, whether you're in the South River Park South, or even the Fort Garry, or in the North End, or in the downtown core, or even in St. Boniface, I know there are common things that we share together. When I speak to people, when I talk to people who live anywhere in the city, I find they all have the same dreams. They all have the same desires. They all want a better future for themselves and their grandchildren. It is time to stop being a divided city, where we look down upon others as being different, as somehow not having the same values as us. But in fact, we all share the exact same values. It is that belief that we too can have a better day, that we too can have a better future, that we too can partake and be contributing members of our society. So I hope you'll be able to join with me on October 22nd. And if you'd like to find out more about me, you can certainly give me a call and I'll try and respond to you as best I can. Tapwe, ako aki tuam. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.